Comparing data distributions. Example 4. Emoticons are graphic symbols that represent facial expressions. They are used to convey a person's mood in a text message. The double histogram shows the distributions of emoticon messages sent by a group of female students and a group of male students for 1 week. Compare the distributions using their shapes and appropriate measures of center and variation. So if we take a look at what's going on here, our top histogram is our female students and how many emoticons they send per week. And then our bottom one is our male students and how many emoticons they send per week. Now, we are supposed to compare these using their shapes and therefore their appropriate measures of center. So I'm going to start with our females. And if I take a look at our females, it looks to me like this is roughly symmetric. I don't have a huge tail anywhere, so we're going to call this one symmetric. Now, if we have a symmetric data set, we are supposed to use the mean, which is x bar, to describe our center or typical value, and then we're supposed to use our standard deviation to describe our spread. If I'm trying to find my mean, well, in a symmetric data set, the mean is roughly in the middle. So if I'm looking specifically in the middle, that would put me right there. But keep in mind that these are frequencies. So do you notice that more, actually like 14 female students are using between 30 and 39 versus only maybe like 13 are using between 20 and 29, and that these bars over here are slightly higher. So the mean, if you're just looking at the number of bars, or the middle would be right there, but the mean is actually going to get pulled because these bars are higher just a little bit more in this direction, which is going to put me somewhere within the 30 to 39 number range. So I'm going to assume our mean is somewhere between 30 and 39 emoticons sent per week. Now, standard deviation, I don't actually have enough information here to find the standard deviation because I would need specific values. And this is just telling me that, you know, two kids are somewhere between 0 and 9. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be anything. So standard deviation is that 5-step process. I don't have enough information to find that. So for right now, I'm just going to skip it. Now, for my male students, it looks to me like that definitely has a tail off to the right. So this is skewed right. Now, if it's skewed right, that means I want to use my median. And then I would use my 5-number summary, or I would use more of a box plot to tell me how spread apart the numbers are. Well, if I'm going to use my median is my middle number. So think about this. 14 numbers are right here. Well, only 2 numbers are right here. 6 numbers are right here. And then 12 numbers are right here. So if you would put these numbers in order from least to greatest and kind of find the middle, your median is actually going to be somewhere right in here, because I could cross out 14 numbers on the left, and then I could cross out, and actually I'm going to take that back. It's not going to be right there. Because if I cross out 14 numbers on the left and I cross out 6, 7, 8, 14 numbers on the right, it's going to put me in this range, which means my median is going to be somewhere between 10 to 19. Now I think it's time to compare. So if we're looking on average or typical value, females are sending on average 30 to 39 emoticons a week. Males are sending 10 to 19 emoticons a week. So first of all, women as a whole typically send more emoticons each week than men. And you can see this by the mean and then the median. Their number's higher. Now, as for the spread, we're just going to kind of look here, okay? Women are sending 0 to 2, or 0 to 9. Women are also sending 50 to 59. Do you notice that the men are not sending this many? There is nobody up in this range. So the women go the whole way from 0 up to 59. Versus the men are going the whole way from 0 to 39. So there we can say emoticon use differs more for women than men. So to recap, the women are sending on average more emoticons per week than the men. And then the emoticon use is also differing a lot more for women than the men. So some women are sending a lot and some women are sending none, versus the men just kind of are on the lower end of that spectrum.